What is the difference between probation officer and juvenile probation officer? Have you ever wondered how the roles of probation officers differ when it comes to adults versus minors? Understanding this distinction can open doors to exciting career paths in criminal law. Let's break it down. A probation officer is a professional in law enforcement who supervises adults sentenced to probation instead of serving time in jail. Their main job is to ensure these individuals follow the rules set by the court. They monitor behavior, help with rehabilitation, and report any violations back to the court. On the other hand, a juvenile probation officer focuses specifically on individuals under the age of 18. This role is tailored to meet the unique needs of young offenders in the juvenile justice system. Juvenile probation officers supervise minors who have been found delinquent and placed on probation or parole. Parole, in this case, means early releases from a juvenile detention center while still under supervision. Juvenile probation officers do more than just monitor compliance. They also provide guidance to help prevent reoffending. Since they work with children and teenagers, their methods and communication styles differ from those used with adults. There are several key differences between these two roles. First, the population served is distinct. Juvenile probation officers only work with minors, while probation officers handle adult cases. Next, the scope of duties varies. Juvenile probation officers often get involved earlier in the legal process. They prepare reports and make recommendations during detention hearings. They also advise the court on whether a minor should be tried as a juvenile or an adult. In contrast, adult probation officers usually step in after a conviction and sentencing. The environments in which they work also differ. Juvenile probation officers may collaborate closely with juvenile detention facilities, overseeing probation and parole in those settings. Adult probation officers typically supervise individuals living in the community. Another difference lies in their approach and challenges. Juvenile probation officers must adapt their strategies to the developmental needs of youth, which can be more complex than managing adult offenders. Additionally, juvenile probation officers may have extra responsibilities. They conduct intake assessments, evaluate risks and needs, and facilitate restorative justice programs that involve victims and the community. For those considering a career in criminal law or juvenile justice, understanding these differences is vital. The role of a juvenile probation officer combines legal supervision with elements of social work, focusing on rehabilitation and reintegration of minors into society. In contrast, adult probation officers primarily enforce court orders and work to reduce repeat offenses among adult offenders. Both positions requiring knowledge of criminal law and effective communication skills. However, juvenile probation officers also need to work closely with families, schools, and social services to support youth development and compliance with probation terms. This distinction highlights the specialized nature of juvenile probation within the broader field of probation and corrections. If you are interested in a career that makes a difference in the lives of young people, becoming a juvenile probation officer could be a fulfilling path.